Hey everybody, it's Dalton. Last video I talked to you about simplicity of bass fishing. Today I want to talk about basically simple colors for plastic worms. When I was a kid, I started out, I only had a couple of brands of worms. I don't remember if it was a robo worm or what it was. And that's all we had. We just Texas rig them and drag them around and we caught fish that way. But now there's so many worms, so many techniques, so many different things going on. But today I want to talk about color selection, because color selection to me is pretty simple. I was on the Tackle Warehouse site and I was just looking at some of the different companies and all the colors that they offer. And one of the ones that I looked at was the Yamamoto Senko. And the Yamamoto Senko has 133 colors. Now that's a lot of colors, but you can actually simplify those colors. And I'll show you how to do that here in just a minute. So the colors that I like to use, which are some of my mainstay colors, I like black, green, brown, purple, and blue. And then I also like something in a bait fish color. So let me give you some examples with some of the baits that I'm making myself. So I got a couple of black ones here. This is black and blue, a real mainstay color. This one here is black and gold. I think gold's a great color in baits. As far as the green colors, what's nice about green is there's a lot of greens. For example, you have the standard and most popular, which is going to be the green pumpkin. The other one's going to be like a watermelon, which is more of a medium green. And then if you want a lighter green, a baby bass would be a really good color for that. Now, when you start getting into the purples and blues, I've always liked purple in bass fishing. And in fact, if you look at robo worm, a lot of the worms that they make have a lot of purple in them. So a lot of times I'll combine the colors. Like this is a bait I'm really excited about using. It is it's a stick bait, but I also have them in Ned rigs and drop shots, and it's a purple blue where I combine it by using flakes. Now, I also like plastic worms and plastics. Oh, and also the brown, guys. The brown, I want to talk about the brown here in just a few minutes. But let's talk about some of the bait fish colors I like. Silver, gold, chartreuse. These are all some of the bait fish colors that I like and enjoy fishing with. So let's break down all these colors. And there's basically four things that I look for in how I choose the color when I'm fishing. There's four main considerations, and they're not necessarily in order, but one of them, conditions. Weather. Today I've got a high sunny day, so I know that some of the colors I have here, the purples are going to be really good, the baby bass, green pumpkins will work, your watermelons. These types of colors work really good on high sunny days when you have maybe clearer water. Now, if you have stained or darker water, that's when I kind of like to go with these blacks. I like the blacks and blues. And by the way, blacks work in any color water. So in thinking about some of the colors, if I've got high sun, I'm going to tend to go lighter color if I have clearer water. If I have cloudy days and clear water, I'm going to go a darker color. And if I just have dirty, muddy water, I'm going to throw those blacks out there, sometimes straight black, because it does silhouette better in that muddy water. So conditions, the weather itself. The other thing is, of course, I've already talked about it, but water clarity. How clear is the water? If it's good, clear water, I got to tell you something, guys, brown is a great color. If you think about a brown, it looks like a night crawler, an earthworm. Bass eat earthworms. I was fishing out at Santa Margarita. I caught a couple of bass. And this lady's off the shore, and she's got a bobber and a night crawler, and she's just sitting there nailing them. A night crawler style color is really going to catch fish. So water clarity is important. The lighter the water, to me, the lighter the colors, the darker the water, the darker the colors, and then everything in between. The other consideration is obviously what do they eat? Okay, if it's a shad lake, then I like the silver shad. These are drop shots here. If you got a lake that have a lot of sunfish like Nacimiento, these chartreuse silvers will work. If you got a lake that has some golden shiners or bait that have a little bit of gold in them, these gold shad will work. There's a number of ways you can make bluegill, crappie colors, all that kind of stuff. But that's what we typically call matching the hatch. So check this out. Bass will bite baits that have absolutely nothing to do with anything in the water. Let me give you two colors that I've always wondered why they work, and sometimes they work really well. These colors are designed to work in clear, shallow water. One of them's pink, hot pink, bubblegum pink. I guess I've never really understood why bass like pink. The other one is merthiolate. Merthiolate is a very bright color. And I don't know about your lakes, guys, but in the lakes that I fish, I can't find anything in the water that looks pink or merthiolate. And yet bass will hit those. So you don't always have to match the hatch to catch bass. They'll hit some of the weirdest things because they're predatorial. Now, this brings me to my fourth consideration in picking any plastic color. And I know it's simple, but can they see it? So I think one of the reasons why the pinks and the merthiolates work is they can see it so good. And again, they have that predatorial instinct, so they're going to go after it, investigate it, probably try to kill it or eat it. So do my baits, provide enough visibility for those bass to see? So let me give you an example. If I'm fishing muddy water, which muddy cold water is one of the, that's a tough condition for any fishing. But in bass fishing, if I'm fishing muddy water where when I drop a lure down, I only have about maybe 1 to 2 to 3 inches of visibility in the water, that means that the bass very likely is not going to have more than 5, 10 to 15 inches of visibility. Well, at that point, that's where the dark black, dark purple, even a darker green pumpkin, because you can make a green pumpkin really, really dark. But that's where that dark color is going to create that silhouette. If you're swimming around in the water, say you got a pair of those goggles on, and you see this kind of a light colored rock on the bottom, and then maybe 2 feet from it is a dark piece of wood or bark. I guarantee you that dark piece of wood is the first thing you're going to see rather than that lighter color, because it's going to silhouette off the bottom, and a lot of the worms that we throw are on the bottom, so you need dark colors in that really dark water. So that's kind of how I do my plastic baits. Now, if I had 3 colors, that's it. I can tell you 3 colors right now, no matter where I would go fishing, I can tell you 3 colors, they're going to get it done. And these are not in order, but we might as well start with the #1 color in bass fishing. That's going to be green. Anything green. So your greens are going to encompass your watermelons, your green pumpkins, baby bass, different shades of green. The other thing is black. I don't know if you fish with black worms, but I've actually caught a lot of bass on straight black worms, a lot of time on a shaky head in clear water. It's on the bottom, it silhouettes, they can see it. And then the other color is going to be, again, this brown. So I make some of these just plain brown, but this one here is brown and orange. And I make them brown and red. Think about a night crawler. A night crawler has that brown, has that sometimes reddish tint. But another thing they eat that has that is a crawdad. The crawdads in our lakes, every time I've seen one or I've seen parts of their body, spit out by the fish in my boat, it's going to have some red, maybe some orange, and some brown. And that brown with that brown and red or brown and orange flake is going to match the color of crawdads in the waters that I fish. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Update on the ankle. For you guys that may be watching the channel for the first time, I broke my ankle last month, so I haven't been able to get out fishing. I'm recovering from surgery. I think I'm doing really well. And tomorrow I go see the doctor, and if all is well, I get in a walking boot. If I get in a walking boot, I'm gonna get in that boat. So if he puts me in a walking boot tomorrow, my wife and I have already talked about it. We're going fishing at the end of the week. We got to get back out there. I miss the water so much. It's been weeks. I like fishing in the winter, and I'm going to miss most of the winter this year because I went and broke my ankle. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you watching, and I enjoy doing this. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you next time.